Hey y'all, this is Manda on the Corellian Run server. This is the first of a series of hard mode flashpoints that I'm going to be going over. Our first boss is Treg the Destroyer. He'll be sitting on a catwalk here, and you can see behind him there are 3 ads which I'm marking. Behind us, you'll notice that there is a console. That's where the tank is going to pull the boss. And while he's doing that, the DPS are going to go take out those 3 ads. As soon as those ads go down, the DPS is going to rejoin the tank and take out the boss. One thing you may have just noticed, he does randomly jump to players. The tank will need to grab aggro and bring him back. Treg does have one nasty attack, which you're going to see here in a moment. There is no text, there is no cast bar. You see him jump, and then you see me back away. See those red swirls? You need to stay out of those unless you're the tank, because as you can see, they can be very detrimental, including to our tank. Ideally, if the tank can get out of the way, you want to try to do so. And that's the first boss. And here we are at the second boss, Jindo. As you can see, he is a bounty hunter. He comes fully equipped with his own ship. You'll see behind us there is a console. And what you need to do periodically, DPS needs to go up there like I'm doing now, click it, and it'll send the ship back. If you don't do this, those missiles that are coming down are going to hit a lot harder. Main thing here, stay out of the red circles when they're on the ground. And as you can also see, he's got a shield around him. It'll go down as soon as you've done enough DPS. You may have noticed him jumping around a lot. He does this randomly. He'll pick someone, jump to them. He also does a grapple, which is usually on the person going for the console, so you'll see some people being swung around here in a bit. Eventually in the fight, you will not have to click the console anymore because the ship will go down and it makes things a lot easier. Main thing to remember on this guy, you gotta stay mobile. Standing still will get you killed. Skipping ahead towards the end here, as you'll see as the boss goes down, the ship will come back up and you'll see these little lights. They're not going to hurt, don't worry, and the boss is over. This isn't a boss fight, but it's a special note from me to you. There are a lot of mobs in this zone that can be thrown over the edge, but here, don't do it because they'll get stuck down there. And here we are at our mini boss, B16 and A14. What you're going to notice here is that periodically these two are going to switch on and off. One will be a hologram like the one that's blue back there. They can't be attacked. The other one here, you will be able to attack, but you want to keep him out of the blue circle. You'll see our tank here, pull him back out of the way. The reason you want to pull him back is because the hologram will heal the one that's currently active. You can also see these little blue boomerangs that the hologram is tossing out. They do a little bit of damage, but your healer should be able to handle it. It's nothing too bad. And here you're going to see we've gotten him to a certain point, and he's going to switch to a hologram, and the other one will become active. And now you got to DPS him down until he becomes a hologram again. And you'll just keep flip-flopping them until you get them down. It's really simple, not a hard fight. Here you'll see that the first one's going to become active again, and our tank is just walking them gradually backwards, just trying to keep them out of the blue circle. Just keep doing this until you got them down. Now here you've noticed that we've got the first robot down, but the other one is still a hologram. Don't worry, you're just going to have to sit back and wait until he becomes active again. As you can see, it can take a couple of seconds, but he's become active again. And down he goes. From here on out, there are some pretty big spoilers. So if you're watching this for fun, I would suggest turning it off here. However, if you're a member of Serene Retreat and you need to learn the fights, please continue to watch. Our old friend HK47 is back. You may have remembered him from the Foundry. Well, he's been rebuilt. One thing to keep in mind here is that he does some cone damage, so the tank is going to want to face him away from the rest of the group. For the first part of the fight, you're going to want to focus DPS on HK47. But you're going to see here in a moment that I'm going to switch over to the turrets along with our other DPS. You may have already noticed them, but periodically blue reticles will appear under random players. You will have a few seconds to run them over to the turret like I'm currently doing, and then it will turn red, stop following you, and fire a missile. You want to move them to keep them away from the rest of the group. In the third and final stage of the HK47 fight, HK will begin to disappear, like he just did. At this point, everyone who can should AoE to try to bring him back out. If this isn't done, he will pop up behind someone and do some major backstab damage. Just keep doing damage on him, AoEing when he pops out, and the fight will be over soon. This is the second mini-boss, and it's very straightforward. It's just your average tank and spank. Just take out the little guys in the back like you see me doing, and then move on to the boss. As you can see, this fight is very simple and very straightforward. And here we are at the final fight, Darth Malgus. Outside his room here, you notice that there are a bunch of boxes. You want to select them and grab one of the bombs and put it on your hotkey slot. You'll need this later. For this fight, our tank is going to grab Malgus and pull him up this stairway. Our melee is going to stay on the side where our tank is, and our ranged are going to go with their backs against the other side. The reason for this is that he's got a serious knockback and he will throw you around the room. Throughout this fight, you will see a series of red text. They say to the effect, "The doubt weighs heavy on Manda. They must face their destiny." At this point, the player will become unable to attack, and the others will continue to fight Malgus. Later on, you'll see another red text, and it says, "The time has come. Manda must face Malgus alone." At this point, everyone will be force choked, and the person who's been selected will fight Malgus alone. You can choose to kite him up and down the stairs, or you can DPS him. He doesn't do a lot of damage in this phase. It is very important that throughout the fight, you keep an eye on Malgus's cast bar. When you see him begin to cast unlimited power, this needs to be interrupted. If it's not, your entire group will wipe. The final stage of the fight happens when Malgus is around 5 to 9%. As you can see, we have begun to move him. This is where those bombs you picked up earlier come into play. If you don't have someone that can force push Malgus into the pit, you will need to use the bombs to toss him in. Once you toss him in, the fight is over, and your reward chest appears. And that's all there is to the False Emperor. I hope this video helped you out. There'll be more coming in the near future.